We're joined with by Christen Perry today. Christen, how you doing?
I am doing great. How are you guys?
You know what? I'm well, and I'll speak for Drive Safe Dave only because it's just you don't want to hear what he has to say anyway right now.
What?
He's doing fine. He's sitting next to Sir Rick. You know what? He is a blessed man.
Almost 6 feet away. I'm just saying I've got my social distancing going on right now, right here. But welcome to the safest station in the nation, Christen.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
And you know what, Drive Safe? I was talking to you, and she is, this is a TV star right here.
That's what I hear.
Let me tell you something.
The rumor's out.
It is out. She's on the Birmingham's or Fox News, I think, on Birmingham. She's a regular TV star, giving her professional opinion, right? Her knowledge of what's going on in this industry. And we're just going to hop into it, Christen. All right. Can we travel yet?
We can travel, and we have been traveling for a long time. Traveling obviously looks a little different than it did 2 years ago. And one of the most important things that I tell our clients and our team actually is, used to you had to think about all the different things you have to pack before you go. And now the most important thing that you have to pack prior to traveling is packing your patience, because things are different, things look different, things feel different. And it's just really, really important to remember that the travel industry and the hospitality industry and so many other industries have taken a hit over the last 18 months. And we've lost staff, and we've lost resources. And so we don't have the same things to work with that we did 2 years ago, but expectations are still the same. And sometimes it's really hard to meet those expectations. So I just tell all my clients, pack your patience, be thankful for the people that are there to serve you and to help you to have an amazing vacation and amazing experience. But it is different, and you have to manage those expectations a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point on that. You talk about packing your patience. When we go to restaurants today, Drive Safe, it's a good idea to pack your patience, even here in the States. When you go to Whataburger, McDonald's, it could be anything. Pack your patience, because the service that we once had pre-COVID, it just doesn't exist anymore. And Christen, I think we're seeing the same thing, obviously, overseas. I mean, and the rules change from country to country to country, right? I mean, some places are shut down a lot more than others. Is that fair to say?
That is absolutely fair to say. I mean, it's just, and every day it's different. And every day, one country can come up with a series of protocols that you have to comply with to enter their country. And literally 2 days later, they may change it, and it may be completely different.
I was going to ask you.
And then the country next door has something completely different. So it is very a lot to keep up with.
How important is it? How important it is to have your information, like your shot information, that you go now and you have all that before you go, or testing and these kind when it comes to the COVID variant and these COVID protocols. How important are those things that you have?
Like to carry those things with you? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, and what are some of the requirements that we're seeing more so across the country as just talking about COVID?
So it's really, really important to 100% know what the protocols of the country or the destination, whether it's domestic or international, what those protocols are and what you need to do to make sure that you comply with those protocols. For example, if you have to have a test 72 hours prior to entry, then it's really important to know that. And I always tell people, if you're vaccinated, keep that vaccination card with you. Keep a copy of it. Keep a copy on your phone so that you always have that with you in some form or fashion. Same with a negative COVID test. If that's the requirement that you have to have, keep copies of it. I'm going to tell you, I have probably traveled 25 times during COVID, and I have seen so many people turned away at the airport just at the gate because they did not have what they needed to get on that plane, and no one told them. And it's very, very sad, because you see people walking away from the gate and you can tell they're angry and they're frustrated, and nobody wants to turn away. You just have to do what you have to do.
What are you seeing regarding the cruise lines right now? I know that talked to a friend that just went on a cruise. It wasn't quite the same. Are you seeing a full bookings yet, or do we expect to see that maybe for Christmas? When do you see that kind of coming back to normal, or is there ever going to be a normal again?
I hope that we will get normal again. I pray for normalcy every day. But we are seeing cruising again, and I lead a team of 30 advisors. So we are doing our very best to get out there and get on as many cruise lines as we can, just so that we can experience, so we can, again, manage those expectations for our clients. I was on a small cruise line out of in the Southern Caribbean several weeks ago, and it is, just like you said, it is very different, and there are certain requirements, obviously wearing masks in public areas, having to be vaccinated, those type things, and everybody is trying really hard, but it does feel a little different, and just knowing when you're going into that it's not quite the same. It is also a really great positive about it is being able to travel without a full ship. Like, you're really getting an amazing experience, because it's traveling at like 50% or 30% capacity sometimes.
Yeah, probably a lot easier to get that upgrade, right? When nobody else is.
I mean, no kidding.
The buffet line is open
true.
more.
I had some of my advisors hop off a Disney cruise a couple of weeks ago, and one of the things they said is, like, because it's such a low capacity, only 30%, they said the vibe is not there. So it's just, it doesn't feel exciting because there's not that many people.
Yeah, you said something earlier that you and your team of 31 advisors, you have to, or you make sure you get out there and go get on those cruises. I'm thinking does it get old going out on cruises? Does it seem like, is it work or is it enjoyable? Because when I hear you say that, I'm like, sign me up. How do I become an advisor?
It is work. It is work because you're never off. Your brain never turns off. My brain never turns off anyway. And even though you're on a cruise ship and it's beautiful and it's amazing and the views are great, but I mean, I'm constantly working, and so it is not a vacation, and we're just learning and trying to figure out what the future looks like and how to prepare our clients to travel better and what we can do to be better travel advisors. But I'm not saying it's not fun. It is fun. I mean, we get to see beautiful places and experience really nice things and fun things, but it definitely is work. And yes, it does get tiring. And I'm really glad when I get to spend time at home.
If you had to pick a point or a spot that has the best value at present, or for the, not as much worry, or you see people going to and having a really good time right now, what would you consider your best or favorite right now booking, right? The right now vacation spot?
So the easiest destination to get to, other than most domestic destinations, obviously, like in New York, if you go to a restaurant, you have to show a vaccination card. If you go to a show, you have to show a vaccination card. So that's not necessarily open to everyone. But the easiest and the most simple destination to get to right now, I would say, is probably Mexico, Cancun, Cabo, Riviera Maya, that area. You do not have to have a test to come into the country or be vaccinated to come into the country. However, I always highly recommend that our clients get vaccinated, just so that they know that when they test to come home, they're going to have a better chance of testing negative, and they're not going to be quarantined in a foreign country. So Mexico, Cancun, Cabo, Riviera Maya, and also Punta Cana is doing really well right now as far as ease of requirements. Everyone else, pretty much, you're going to have to test to go or be vaccinated to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably $20 too, probably get you a clean test over in Mexico too. So always another way, your dollar goes a long way over in Mexico right now. We do know that. Just kidding on that. Hey, so Christen, what have you seen regarding, it seemed like travel was going crazy for a while, right? The airlines were getting full again. Yeah, have you seen any, say, cancellations in bookings since the Delta variant, since Delta made its a big appearance, and we're all a little bit leery again? Are you seeing cancellations?
We had a handful, because people, number one, we've seen a lot of people there, like my family members are sick, or so-and-so, something happened to this person or to this person. So yeah, we've seen some cancellations due to that, but not a lot of cancellations due to fear of the virus, like we were seeing in the early 2020. So I would say we're not seeing anything near like what we saw early 2020, and maybe just a handful of cancellations that people just aren't comfortable traveling right now, but not. I wouldn't say droves of cancellations by any means. I'm at I'm in Hilton Head right now. I've got 191 people that are starting to arrive at 10:30 this morning. So,
Wow.
Not a single cancellation. Everybody, the flights are all coming in. Flights are packed. It's amazing. And, I was expecting cancellations at the last minute. We haven't had any.
That's awesome. And you know what? We like you are big proponents that, you know what, we've got to open up these places. We have to go visit. Would you say that right now? I know that we're a little worried with COVID, and yes, we do the same thing. We encourage you, if you can, to get those shots. But Christen, do you agree that we have to go out? I mean, I think you're doing it, right? You're going out, you're traveling. We've got to continue to do our part to keep these other businesses open. We've got to do our part to spend money. Drive safe, Dave. Christen, what's your opinion on that?
100% yes. I don't think that we will ever see the full impact of what this has done to our economy, and most importantly to our global economy. I mean, you see the things in your own little neighborhood, but you have no idea that these people all over the world, tourism is how they eat their food. It's how they live, and they are truly struggling. And I think it is important for us to get back out there and do our part. If we're comfortable traveling, we need to do it. Now's the time.
All right. Well, Christen, I think you need to help us to help encourage us a little bit. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you for a number. Producer, we're going to do some funny math here for a second, and we're going to find a driver to give this $1,000 credit to.
What?
Listen to me. We got to spend money. We got to keep this economy going. And we have listeners out here that are saying, you know what? I'm ready for a vacation.
Did you say
$1,000 credit towards a booking with Classic Travel. So here we go, Christen. Just give me a number.
Just any random number.
Any number. Between 1 and 100, yeah.
I'm going to go with $726.
All right, 726 is the number. So we're going to take 726, producer. Get ready. Divided by 7 plus 20. Here we go. And that's the person we're going to pick. So here we go. As we do that, and find that person, tell us who it is, producer. And Christen, listen, what are the best ways to look you up or to get a hold of you or to have a booking with your company?
So the best way to get in touch with us is, first of all, go to our website. It's classictravelconnection.com. And secondly, you can email me anytime at Christen@classictravelconnection.com. And that's I can spell my name, CHRISTEN. And our agency phone number is 205-823-5333.
All right. Make sure, hey, listen, if you're out there and you're watching this right now, make sure you're emailing her for business related right there. I saw Drive Safe Dave said, oh, yeah, she's getting an email from me.
I was writing her number down. I was just writing her number down.
All right. We have a winner.
We got Gerald Baker, who just won a $1,000 vacation.
What?
Gerald Baker, big winner. Great job. Hey, Christen, thank you for being on BCB Live. We're the safest station in the nation. Hey, thank you for what you're doing. Continue to keep us updated as well. Drive Safe Dave, what a great...
I want a vest like that. How do I get your vest?
You know what? It's they're hard to come by, but I'm going to hook you up with one with a little autograph from the crew at BCB Live.
That'll work.
For being a visitor and a guest on our show, Christen. Thank you again.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye now.